We should be live. Alright. Hello? Can you guys hear me? Hopefully you do. do 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 do. Ba, 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 da, ba, ba, da, ba. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just posting things. Okay. Do 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 do. Da, 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 da. Okay. All right. Well, as I'm doing this, I may as well open up the game. Going up. There we go. Do 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 do. Okay, is the game audio and everything good, guys? Okay. Well, should be good. Good enough. Alright. I should be on. Tabriz. Shimmy. Mate. Miku, my waifu. Matthew. 1-on-1 Red Bandicoot. Cody. What's up, dude? What language will you be playing? Live say. I don't know. I'll just go with English. Yeah. How are you guys doing? I'm doing well. And, yep. Let's just head into Crash 2, I guess. And, no worries, Tabriz. Take your time.
Pancakes!
Thanks, Cool Pro. Okay. Sorry.
Reach full power, meaning only your master crystal. Also, the remaining 25 slave crystals on its surface. How do you expect to retrieve them?
I don't even know the rest of the lines.
You fool! Do you think I'm unaware of the situation? If we don't have any friends left on the surface, then we need to find an enemy.
Crash? Crash? Crash! My battery is fried. Make yourself useful, big brother, and bring an extra battery for me.
Okay. Good. There we go. Alright, all good. Yo, Afa. What's up, dude? I'll go on Twitch. Works better for me. Yeah, Twitch is better in terms of quality. Alright, so in case you guys are not aware, I'm playing the PAL version because it's just the superior version for some reason. Yeah. Off to world record pace. No. Hey Minnie, I was still watching the Crash 1 stream when I saw the notification. I'm gonna watch this now while I still can. I mean, go for it. This engine was a complete badass, I agree. Yo, Grey Wolf Sinner, what's up, dude?
Well. If it isn't Crash Bandicoot, welcome. I apologize for the crude means used to bring you here, but I rather expect a written invitation would have been turned down.
Okay.
I need your help.
Best game in the series. I agree.
Through each door lies
This game's no joke. I mean... Really? They have Wi-Fi in the islands. I guess so. Hey, Otaku Zero. What's up, dude? Ah, I missed this theme. Was hop sliding a thing in the old? Nope. I mean, in a way, the neutral slide spin is kind of like a hop slide, but it doesn't require you to pull off the ability to hop slide. Like hop sliding consists of you landing on your slide spin on a surface, like while still keeping the slide spin, and then you have to chain it essentially. That's not the case in the original. The original is just a neutral slide spin. It's not really the same as a hop slide, but it is something like kind of similar in a way, even though two are completely different mechanics. Oh yeah, by the way, Qasim, welcome to the stream. Just in case you guys aren't aware, most of these games are going to be 100% playthrough. And aside from that, these streams are just for fun and as a way of hyping up the days remaining to Crash 4. Not the piss-easy cakewalk in the park of the franchise commits. Yeah, Crash 1 was a nightmare. But yeah, what do you guys love about Crash 2? Considering this is one of the better games, it's like a very close thing between Crash 2 and Crash 3. But what do you guys like about Crash 2? Because it's certainly like an easier game than Crash 1, I'll tell you that. Like, I think we can all agree to that. Okay, that lag spike. Okay. Stronger overall movements is a huge plus. Yep, I agree. When you play Crash Warp? Tomorrow. Every day it's gonna be one game. So yesterday was Crash 1, today is Crash 2, and tomorrow will be Crash 3. There's the well-hidden blue gem, right? Addition of the sliding ability. Really, yeah. I mean, the sliding is really fun. It's a fun mechanic to have. No idea why the later games didn't really include it. That being, like, Twin Sandy having a really botched slide jump, like the sliding in general, and the later games didn't really have any sliding. Funny. Oh yeah, new Chris. Welcome to the stream, by the way. It's funny how Crash games on PS1 have fast loading times than on PS4. To a degree, like, yeah, but the reason why that's the case is that the PS1 games load chunks based on where you are compared to the N.Sane trilogy, where it loads the levels all at once. That used to be a thing, but then they changed it partially after the 1-year update. The gameplay and the music. Yeah, gameplay and music on Crash 2 is just so much better.
This is what a winner looks like.
Oh.
Well done.
Shimmy.
I knew I
He didn't have to sub.
Now listen carefully. These holograms are hard to maintain.
Oh, let me just waste my prime. Still though.
I have stumbled across a force that
If your best 100% in one run level is Cold Hard Crash, it's called Masochist.
the fate of the world is at stake.
I mean,
Imperative, therefore, that you bring
yes and no.
to me.
And there's Coco. Hey. I like sliding and body slam. They added, yeah. Sliding and body slamming is not that useful personally, but to a degree, it's kind of fun. And the soundtrack is what I liked with 2. I prefer Crash 3. Crash 3 is also good. Like, yeah, there's a lot of non-platforming levels. Although Crash 3 is my favorite in the series, Crash 2 is definitely one of my top 5. Yeah, I mean, Crash 2 is like one of the best games in all of the series almost. Hey, Calvarondo, what's up, dude? Welcome back. Let's just cheese that. Unfortunately, you can't do that in N.Sane Trilogy. Blue Gem took me years to figure out. Yeah, it was only until N.Sane Trilogy where they kinda gave the hint away. Hey, Magicice? Is that how you say your name? I'm sorry. Is it Magic Ice? Magic Ice. Okay, there we go. Cash Panuka. Gringotts Steakhouse. Bruh. Yo, Kasi, thanks for the follow, man. I don't think Travel's Tales were exactly capable of understanding what made the original games feel good, so their games didn't feel as good. Yeah, they didn't particularly resonate. Like, they were still good, but they didn't really resonate. Also, Kyle, Stig the Drake, welcome, dude. Speaking of which, does Crash 4 have the slide spin? No idea. But judging from the gameplay, it's kind of absent. I mean, like, if those builds are like early builds, then I can understand, but if the game, like, here's how it is. If the partial slide jump complements the gameplay, and the slide spin doesn't complement the gameplay, then that should be fine. Like, as long as the movement complements the gameplay, that's all good, in my book. Cash Panuka 2. Oh, right. That's Cash Panuka 2. I read it as Crash Bandicoot 2. Also, since the music is the highlight in this game, let me just lower down the sound effects. Also, these dreaded jumps are even more difficult in N.Sane Trilogy. Unfortunately. Okay, there we go. Almost. Hey. I'll do my best to follow every daily stream. No worries, dude. You don't have to follow every single stream. It's kind of hard to do that to begin with. I guess my game froze. Yay. Hey, nice. I'm in the eel deal, apparently. Well, nice to know I can't do that. Nice to know I can't do the dying technique in Hang 8. That's really unfortunate. Didn't remember the time gem being so tight. Yeah. It's not really as tight. Well, I guess I have to do Turtle Woods and Snowgo again. I almost use that as well. There's the well-hidden red gem. Oh, yeah. I was thinking about getting the Avengers game, but decided not to. I'm waiting on Crash 4. Yeah, Crash 4 is just like less than 4 weeks away. Is that a PAL only issue or bad dump disk? It's a bad dump disk because it also happens in the NTSC version too. In the NTSC version, I think it only happens with the second checkpoint. But the PAL version, I'm surprised it also happens with the first checkpoint. That's kind of unfortunate. I never knew that it also happened with the first checkpoint. Oh yeah, speaking of which. There we go. It's just really unfortunate. Oh well, it's fine. In the N.Sane trilogy, they took out the question mark, 0 win, which upset me because that's how I figured it out. Oh. 0 out of 0, like 1 out of 0, 0 out of 0. Yeah, that's just really unfortunate because that's pretty much a hint in the original game. Before that, the sound effects are actually pretty low. Yo, Abby, what's up? Favorite game is Crash 1, Warped 2 was hard. Really? 2's hard? I think 3 is more difficult because of the time trials. I hope they release the mobile game sooner. Can't wait to play Crash and the Go. Yeah, it's coinciding with 4's release date, so probably because they both share the same storyline almost. Yeah, I'm skipping Avengers for Crash 4. I mean, hey, good on you, dude. I mean, more power to you. Plus, they kind of say, some critics do say that the Avengers game is like iffy in a way, you know? It's like not as fun and there's like a lot of stuff missing. At least that's what I read about the game. This game was not easy. I got stuck in versus Ripperoo. Really? Ripperoo? Komodo Bros, I can give it to you, because in a way the hitboxes are kind of screwy. Crash 3 times are lenient in my opinion. Yeah, they are. Alright, just in case, I'm gonna save state after every level, just so that, like, freeze doesn't happen again. Two was hard? Interesting. I thought 3 was a bit harder to do Platinum Relics. Yeah, it is. Yo, Kekko Gamer, what's up, dude? Avengers game made me sick from the motion blur. Really? Hope there's an off option for it. I mean, if Spyro Reignited can implement a motion blur toggle, then so can that game. Like, there's no excuse. Except for a few levels. Yeah, some levels in Crash 3 are like... just really, really, really difficult. One of them is, I think, in my opinion, I think High Time and Tomb Waiter is like 2 of the most difficult ones. And Hog Ride. Hog Ride and Road Crash, in the original anyway, they're both just annoying. So you're doing 1 Crash game a day? Yep. Ending with Nitro Fuel? Exactly. After that, like, Crash CTR Nitro Fuel will be on the 23rd, so that's like 23 games that range from the console games, the GBA games, and the DS games. That will be 23 games, so... that also includes, like, Nitro Kart's console version, and then its Game Boy version. For Titans, for example, it has like 3 ports. Well, technically 4, but the main 3 that I have are the GBA one, the DS one, and the console one. So those 3 versions I will play. Same with Mind of a Mutant. It's only the DS version and the console version, so yeah. For after Nitro Fueled, I think I did say it. Yeah, I did say it that after Nitro Fueled, if I don't have Crash 4 on a day after CTR Nitro Fueled, I'll just replay Crash 3 N.Sane Trilogy until I get my hands on Crash 4. So if, like, there's a day that I don't stream Crash 3 N.Sane Trilogy on, then you should be suspicious. Or, like, just assume that I do have the game. Crash 3 was extremely easy to 100%. Yeah, and to a certain degree. Because you only need, like, gold relics, for the most part. And then there's Wrath of Cortex, where you don't even, like, need, the, gold relics. You could just get Sapphire, and then, like, the game just gives you 106 no matter what. It's kind of crazy. High Time, definitely. Yeah, High Time is not an easy level. Hog Ride is the hardest platinum in the series. Yep. Yep. I can agree with you. I'm from Indonesia. Indonesian people was playing Crash 1 and worked. To play Crash 2 was hard. To play with Indonesian people? Really? It's really interesting that you guys find Crash 2 difficult. I'll just do the box gem after I exit because I don't want the stupid thing to freeze again. How'd you play Bash 200% co-op only by yourself? I'm curious. I'm not sure. With my feet. Player 2 is gonna be with my feet, essentially. Or player 1, mostly, like, for the boss stages. For the pogo stages, I can play both players fine. I just won't be able to use the missile as much. Except for, in Pogo Padlock, Crystal Challenge. No pre-smartphone mobile game? Nope. Sadly, I don't own them. I think Digital Masterpieces owns the very first Crash mobile game, the one that runs at 2 frames per second. He has that, and but the problem is he left the game file in New York, so yeah. If he didn't, I would have access to it. Did you pre-order it from Amazon or PSN? I'll be getting it physically. So, neither. Of course, I know that Amazon will be physically, but I do know a local store here that can give it to me like a few days earlier. Almost a week early if I'm, like, you know, lucky, at least. But plus he also gives it to me for, like, a good deal as well. So, especially if this is, like, a fully priced game, probably gonna give it to me for about $55 or $50. Crash 2 Platinum Trophy apparently is the rarest. Really? Huh. I mean, to be fair, like, most of the things, you would have to go out of your way to do them, compared to Crash 1 and 3, where most of the trophies are, like, straightforward, right? What is your mapping for 2-player Bash? I don't know, I guess just the normal, like, I do have 2 controllers, it's just, like, the mapping will be normal as it will be on console. It's just that one controller will be used with my feet, and then the other one would be, with my hands, of course. Yo, Droji, what's up, dude? King, what's up, dude? What do you think about the 4th Master Akano? He looks cool, but, I mean, I think I did answer this theory yesterday with you guys, where Akano might be like a mix. His power might be like to mix all of the masks together to create this massively powerful quantum mask. It's almost like how Crunch uses all of the elementals, like, together. But he never really does that, and he only uses them, like, in sequence, essentially. After you fight Engine, you're gonna stuck in level jetpack if you fight New Cortex. Listen, buddy, Crash 2 is like one of my most favorite games. It's not gonna be that difficult, in my opinion. Alright, let's do this nice little bug in the warp room. The first warp room, anyway. Yeah, you can just climb the ceiling from that air conditioner on the pit's entrance. Oh, I assumed you were joking about using your feet. Nope. I did it while I'm a kid. I did it while I was a kid, and I still do it to this day, but not like every day. To be fair, the only thing that I would really use with my feet, like as in 2-player, would be for the ball stages. Only using square to kick the balls and not move. Like I just stand in the middle and then just pray for RNG to be in my favor. That's essentially how it is. The jungle state, the bash stages. It's just like a 1-player thing. I don't really want to use 2 players for that. It's kind of easy, you know, taking care of the you know, 2 players. Also, Billy Kerr. Hey, welcome, dude. Welcome to stream. But yeah, in terms of playing with my feet, it's only gonna be like the ball stages. Any other level, it's essentially just 1 player, because I can't really move with with my big big toe, you know? It's kind of impossible to do that with the D-pad. I mean, I could use the analog, but that's also like not an option for me. I feel like Tropy might be the villain instead of Cortex. I mean, that is like the hint everybody's guessing. Or like the opening of Crash 4. That's a hint. Like, it's not confirmed, it's just like a hint. You know, what if there's like a more powerful being? What if like Tropy uses Akano, you know? You never know. Hello? It'll be the first time for us to see you play Bash with your feet. I mean, the camera won't be on my feet, obviously. It's gonna be off screen. But in terms of 2-player, yeah. You're gonna tell that it's all with my feet for the most part. That's if I don't get a 2nd player with me by Saturday. Yo, Screaming Cortex Productions, welcome, dude. Welcome back. Good to see you again. We only have a month left for Crash 4. There could be an announcement so soon. What do you want to see in Crash 4 before it's released? I mean, PlayStation Underground will most likely showcase gameplay of like the first few levels, you know? And then show off the dimensional map. And then there's the launch trailer, so there's that too. What else? Wouldn't surprise me with what Tropy can do, and especially since you know Uka Uka had enough of Cortex. Yeah. Imagine finishing Crash 1, 2, and 3, 105 at the same time blindfolded with your feet in less than 30 minutes, bruh. Alright, let's wait for the nitros to be broken, because that doesn't happen here, except for N.Sane Trilogy, unfortunately. Oh, whoops, okay. Multiplayer I'm curious about. It might just be local multiplayer, but again, Beanox is working with them, so it's kind of likely that there is some form of multiplayer in a way. But no, I'm not doing blindfold any percent again. Forget about 105% blindfolded. I already did Crash 3 an N.Sane trilogy blindfolded, but no. Party mode, maybe? It's likely. It'd be fun, especially in like a time trial kind of thing, unless there's like a new mode where it has like the bash game modes or something. That sounds impossible. Yeah, it kind of is, but in a way, if like the blindfold you're wearing is like just subtly see-through, then it can work. Yo, Noxus Black, what's up, dude? Welcome.
Listen up. We are not without enemies.
Listen up. Not one without enemies. I gotta sleep. Goodbye. I'll see you later. Alright. No worries, dude. See ya. Take care. Have a good night. Sits from 2 to 4. What do you mean? Could be something new and unique, maybe. Yeah. It can be something unique. Time Trial Ghost would be fun. It can be fun. Because that would be like a serious first in terms of like the classic Crash gameplay. Instead of just a racing game. That's cheating. I mean, it's still technically blindfolded because you can barely see the game. I think that the multiplayer will be a Crash Bash remake, just like how they did Resident Evil in the Resident Evil 3 Resistance and RE3 remake. Really? Is that how they did it? Huh, that would be interesting to do. I mean, first off, it would like fill in the hole for the last game in the PS1 era. That would be like a unique way to do it. I don't know why I thought the crystal would fly away like the Wumpa fruit if you spin at it. I'll make you fly away, buddy. I wonder if there's more playable characters in Crash 4. So far, there's Crash, Coco, Cortex, and Dingo Dog. Expect, possibly, Nina and Tana to be playable. Expect Nina and Tana to be playable. Crunch, I'm severely unsure about, because I think Crunch is more or less just like a Easter egg, essentially, because you defeat him in Wrath of Cortex, then he becomes your ally, essentially. And then the same thing in Crash 2 Entranced on the Game Boy. You defeat him, because he's the first boss, and then he becomes playable. Same with Coco being the second boss, and then you defeat her, then she can be played in her own levels, being the space levels. Yo, Luna, what's up? Welcome. Would you like it? Oops. Sorry, hold on. Would you like that in the next CTR2 if it were to come out? They would use anti-gravity as in CKB, but better implemented? It's quite likely, like anything to essentially switch up the gameplay instead of it being the same as Nitro Fueled, you know? Anything to be different and make it its own new entry, you know, as a sequel. Alright, made it home. Hey, welcome back to Breeze. I'm fine with CTR2. Welcome back to Breeze. CTR2 is more likely to happen knowing Activision's history, you know? Where like they do all these sequels for Call of Duty, and then now just recently like Black Ops Cold War is like officially a sequel to the original Black Ops 1. So, and then there's Destiny and Destiny 2. Destiny 3 was internally being planned, but Bungie had enough. Then there's Guitar Hero. What else? Yeah, I think that's it. Oh yeah, and then there's Crash 4, of course, being a sequel to Crash Warped. So, CTR2 is definitely more likely to happen and is not out of the table. It's just, how would it be different than Nitro Fueled, you know? It has to be something new, unique, something that can make money, you know, as a new standalone game. Saw the crunchy Easter egg in the flashback tapes. I also saw a sheep from Spyro in there too. I mean, we don't even know if that sheep is from Spyro, but that's the likely hint for it to be. I'd be fine with also tag team racing clashing, but also have the mechanics from CTR. Yeah, that'd be more than fine. It's just how they do it is the question, you know? What if there's an optional story about Crunch and how he became a Cortex's secret weapon? It's likely. But, like anything to fill in the gaps, you know, some things that were not done to make the story complete in Wrath of Cortex, for example, they can do that here. Especially with the whole multiverse concept. I'd say that a sequel for Nitro Fuel would make a lot of sense. They've proven that they can make a Crash racing game that looks and plays well, and with Crash 4 that opens up more ideas, right? Ranked mode and other game modes would be appreciated in the sequel. Yeah, it's like that's something that that can be done for a sequel because so many people have been asking for it essentially. But yeah, I think most of the things that Nitro Fueled failed with should be addressed in a sequel if it ever comes. Like, if it's ever a thing in existence. Like, online, proper online, host migration, red beakers at least working as intended and not being broken and overpowered. Expect Nitro Squad aiming with a shotgun in your house for it's about time. I would be happy for that, but would that really be worth it to have like a mature rating and not a E for everyone rating? Or not even a mature rating, just like a teen rating, you know? Because in case someone didn't know about this, Crash 4 was actually rated M for mature in Australia. But Australia's like ratings board is a lot different than like the one in it. They're not like the ESRB and the PEGI. So M for mature in Australia is essentially teen. The teen rating in like the West. I'm an idiot. On second thought. I'll just do the Deathroot gem when I'm getting the box gem. Yeah, like better online servers, more modes. Agree, Abdul, I think does issues should be fixed, yeah. It's just some things that should have been addressed from day one, never really got addressed, you know, online being as broken as it is. You know, the only thing that really addressed online is the sheer amount of orbs and clocks being spammed. But besides that, really, there's not much for them to do besides host migration and actually, you know, stabilizing online and being better over time. More incentive to try out the tracks offline and so on. Yeah, I agree. Most of the incentives were just like challenges or like Wumpa coins, and it's not really, or Nitro even, like it's not really worth it, in my opinion. I wish that if in some future Crunch he's playable, I would like his attacks to be boxing shots and not twist like Crash and Coco. It would be interesting. Yeah, it would be interesting. Eugene, welcome, dude. Australia is very strict with its rating. They are. They are. So, PG is they're equivalents to basically an E10 rated game in the West. And G is essentially literally for everyone, like just flat out E. E for everyone. But yeah, I was surprised at the description on why Crash 4 was rated M in Australia. It's because the Crash 4 has dialogue where there are like the words bastard and ass are heard in the game. It's like that is the funniest thing that a game rating, like a ratings board, could ever do. Because tag team racing is very sexual with its quotes. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like 2000, like when did tag team racing come? 2005, 2006? Like, holy crap. The game is just full of like sexual stuff. And tag team racing is essentially rated E for everyone. Meanwhile, like bastard and ass is like qualifies for a mature rating in Australia apparently. I don't know, dude. I don't know how horny Pasadena, horny Coco, and Cortex saying the word sexy made it in tag team racing, but to each their own, I guess. As a kid, I never understood the secret exits and entrances, like who discovered it. It's just like quirks in a video game where it tests your ability to look at your environment, I suppose, because a game like Crash, sometimes it doesn't hold your hand all the time. Hey, Christopher Walls, welcome, dude. Good to see you again. I think the Crash would either be DLC or it will be in the game day one. Oh, crunch. I mean, first off, we don't really know if there will be DLC in the game for, like, new gameplay styles, but we only know that the mobile game will have seasonal events, but we don't really know if the console game will be the same thing. Tag Team Racing has a ton of adult humor, yeah. Amy, best waifu, I agree. Honestly, Amy and Isabella are like among the best. I've grown to like Isabella too. She's very underrated. Oh, whoops. Yo, Subster, Andrew, what's up, dude? Good to see you. Crash 2 is the best game in the franchise, don't at me. I agree. What do you think about Crash 4 demos so far, including the music, level design, and the difficulty? I think it should be the exact same thing as how a Crash game should be. It's exactly what a new Crash game needs to be. Like, if I really want to consider a Crash game to be Dark Souls, it would have to be Crash 4. I want it to have the Dark Souls effect on me, like, just straight up. I'm surprised and shocked how Might Have Mute got away with 3+. That game has some messed up jokes. It does. It does. To a degree, it does have some messed up jokes. But yeah, Radical got away with so many things in their Crash games. But yeah, music and difficulty, it's just beautiful. Level design is awesome. What? Oh. Well. I guess I missed 4 boxes somewhere. I think it's because I died. After that whole... yeah, I think that's why. Oh well. I can do it again, it's fine. What a terrific time for my hemorrhoids to start flaring up, bruh. Megumi's very cute, but I prefer Amy. Yeah, all of them are like just really solid characters. Some people can't argue that they only appeared in one game, why do people care about them so much? And it's like, the same thing can be said about Coco, where like she quickly became a fan favorite after Crash 2. And her first appearance, and only appearance at the time, in 1997 was Crash 2. And then everybody liked her, essentially. Okay. Every Crash player's nightmare, yeah. imagine liking Isabella. I do. But yeah, in terms of music as well, like as I'm hearing this sinister music, I want Crash 4 to be sinister. I want it to be as menacing as Crash 2 as possible. And compared to N.Sane Trilogy's lack of certain instruments and its like kid-friendly nature, you know? Like yeah, I can understand N.Sane Trilogy going for like appealing to the kids, but like come on. Like be more sinister. Like, do something that is meaningful and not just holding your hand all the time. I remember seeing CG streams of Minor Mutant, and it was hilarious to see him react to that one Matsical nerd getting off from being beaten up. Yeah, that I was in that stream as well. That was the most funniest thing. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen from him to listen to. I had no idea Minor Mutant even had that kind of dialogue. Same with the Radical Janitor, really? Oh yeah, him. The old man. Dude, Radical just got away with so many things. They just really got away with a lot of things. Okay, there we go, finally. The South Park cutscenes from Minor Mutant, yeah. That's what's so good about Minor Mutant. It's the fact that the cutscenes were just well executed as well. After being punched, oh now you're just getting me really excited. Please don't quote that. Please don't quote that. Okay. But yeah, in terms of the soundtrack at least, I'm expecting Crash 4 to absolutely just annihilate N.Sane Trilogy. Just completely dust it out. Honestly, like so far, in terms of like music, gameplay, and mechanics, Vicarious Visions handled the designs decently well. In terms of designs and gameplay bit, they handled it fairly decently, but they lacked in the music department. For CTR, Beanox absolutely dominated the music department. Like they just completely killed it in the musical department, level design and gameplay for the most part as well. For Crash 4, I'm expecting them to nail all three aspects, like gameplay, music, and mechanics. And so far, they're really impressing me. Like, so far. Honestly, think Crash 2 and the N.Sane Trilogy is terrible. Two good things it did was add relics and improve jetpack controls, yeah. That's just about the only thing Crash 2 really nailed down on. They could have improved on the Cortex boss fight. But they didn't, which is really unfortunate. I expect the bosses to surpass all games. They did kind of semi-confirm that in a way where they want the bosses to be meaningful and more difficult. And not just like a certain thing that you do in the middle of a transition from one area to the next, you know. They confirmed that they want the bosses to be meaningful, memorable, and more difficult. Beanox also added original tracks, so yeah. Beanox absolutely nailed environmental, mechanics, music, and artistic style, just pretty much everything. They fixed something that lacked in N.Sane Trilogy, which is lighting. Like, hello? It's the same engine, same exact designs, and they nailed it in a racing game, but they didn't really... I can understand Vicarious Visions not having enough time or not having enough of a budget, for example, to work on lighting more, but a racing game, CTR, like improving on it, come on now. But yeah, I'm expecting Crash 4 to hit the nail on everything. Drive-Thru Danger, I love it. Yeah, Drive-Thru Danger is like their strongest thing in terms of music. Also, like Mega Mix Mania. All of the music is pretty much just killer. Like Twilight Tour, Prehistoric, Spyro Circuit, Nina's Nightmare, Koala Carnival, Gingerbread Joyride, Mega Mix, and Drive-Thru Danger. They just killed the music. They nailed it. The only bad ones I can really think of in the top of my head would be Tiger Temple and Dingo Canyon. They nailed pretty much every single Nitro Kart track besides a little bit of Hyper Spaceway. At least Hyper Spaceway has its own like identity as a CTR track, but it's not as bombastic as the original one in Nitro Kart. Kind of wish Rapunzel would stream those post-Naughty Dog Crash games. Would be pretty hilarious to see her and the others' reaction to what those games had in terms of writing. Yeah. Radical is just like masterpieces of writing jokes and just getting away with things, but today's world, it's unfortunate that if Radical did the same today, people would be offended. And some people in CTR, of all things, got offended by skin names in CTR. Like Watermelon... How is, like, the name Watermelon offensive? So they changed that Watermelon Tana skin name to Summertime Tana. And then there's Black Zem going to Solar Flare Zem or something. Or was it the other way around? I could be wrong. Yeah. Same with other tracks like Out of Time on Thunderstruck that used to have anti-gravity involved. I mean, yeah, to a degree. Thunderstruck and Out of Time, they didn't really suffer that much in terms of the anti-gravity, but Thunderstruck is like one example at the very least that got heavily,
Good show, Crash.
in a way,
The Komodo brothers
got heavily
obviously
obscured
liked
by
your
not having anti-gravity, but it's still fun in its own thing. In my opinion, like, some people on Reddit were right that Blue Fire is kind of a semi-botched mechanic. It makes things that aren't broken, like tracks that aren't broken, be broken. So a prime example is Thunderstruck, essentially. Like, think if Thunderstruck didn't have Blue Fire. Like, the track at least would be balanced in a way, you know? Or at least had like a weaker tier of Blue Fire, so that like it doesn't have those ridiculous shortcuts that made them essentially make a patch for it, which is kind of lame. Okay, let me save state here, just so potentially the thing doesn't happen again. Same in Hang 8. Unfortunately, the case today, yeah. Komodo Bros is one of the easiest bosses in the Crash series, yep. For 2 weeks, apparently. For Thunderstruck, yeah. It's just insane. Hey there. Hey, Lil Gabbo, what's up, dude? Alright, there we go. There we go, finally. do 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 do. Do 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 do. Will people like Cool Pro or Dingo Crash be joining in the streams? Unlikely. But if they want to join, they can just ask me by all means. They're always free and welcome to join me. It's just unlikely if they're awake or free at this time. Cool Pro may be free at this time, but I'm not sure if he's around or wants to join, you know. The opportunity's opened up for them if they really want to, you know. Any idea for what we could possibly get in Crash Future Spyro game? Maybe a crossover? Maybe CTR 2? Who knows? I personally think Warped did it better. What did Warped do better? Like, in terms of being a game? Or... like, how did Warped... what did Warped do better? Like, what do you mean? Oh, that's a weird interaction. Oh, boss fights, yeah. Warped, I think, did boss fights the best. Compared to Crash 2. Crash 2 is like, yeah, but then Cortex was like a joke. Essentially. If only the cancelled Crash games had come to light. Yeah, unfortunately. It is what it is. I would have liked to see Crash Landed, particularly. Because the game's idea and concept was really, really cool to be as like a Crash reboot. Essentially. Whoa. The majority of the bosses in Warped can be broken, yeah. Especially in N.Sane Trilogy, where Tropy can be actually broken. Because you can damage abuse. You can pretty much, like, in the original Crash 3, Tropy insta-kills you even if you have a mask. And N.Sane Crash 3 is, if you get too close to him, he'll just, like, wipe you out in the radius in the original Crash 3, but in N.Sane, that radius is not that big, and you can just, like, glitch high jump, essentially, over the radius area. And, like, just dodge his thing completely. You can essentially just glitch high jump across with your double jump and hit him twice, because his hitbox, for some reason, in the N.Sane Trilogy is always active. That's not the case in the original, of course, but in N.Sane Trilogy you can do that twice on the first 2 hits, and then you can damage boost on the 3rd hit. And it's just really crazy. It is a speedrun gimmick as well in Crash 3 N.Sane for Tropy. Like, Tiny can be cheesed, literally cheesed. Dingo Dial can be cheesed, and Tropy and N.Sane Crash 3 can be cheesed. Only Engine can't be cheesed, and Cortex. You know, like only those two bosses in Crash 3 can't be cheesed, and like it's just interesting how Tropy in particular is the only one that's affected, because they didn't account for his active hitbox to be a thing after he spawns the platforms and not before. Fortunately, yeah, but I avoid exploits. To a degree, like, yeah, it's good that one is avoiding exploits, but in terms of speedrunning, for example, they're very useful. Because the idea of speedrunning is you have to... Like... I'm an idiot. I forgot you can't do that here, but you can do it on an N.Sane trilogy. Oops. Oopsies. Alright. I know if you tried the glitch in Tiny Tiger Boss in N.Sane Trilogy, people throw tomatoes at you. They throw cheese, actually. They throw tomato on Tiny. And the cheese actually has a RNG effect where if you get hit a lot, it can actually, like, make you slip off a bit and get eaten by the lions. So that's another interesting notion to take into account in N.Sane Crash 3. Return from work finally. I can follow the stream properly, dude. It's okay, Calvaranda, welcome back. Again, there's like a lot of streams planned almost every single day until the 23rd. Because 23rd is Nitro Fueled, and it's okay. If you miss just one, or all of them even, like, it's fine. Completely understandable and fine. These streams are just all for fun. It's to connect everybody together, you know, come together as also a celebration for my channel as well, being 10 years old in 4 days from now. Okay. To like eliminate this lag, I may have to switch to what's the emulator? Not Zebra. I forgot what the emulator name was. The PS1 emulator. I honestly forgot. But I may switch to that one, so it eliminates the lag, pretty much, or just the frame freezes essentially. But yeah, I'm wondering what's gonna happen about Mario's 35th anniversary. Probably nothing, just another Mario game, I guess. Also, these 3 lives are impossible to get in N.Sane Trilogy without dying. So, yeah, good job. Really is in 11 days. Oh, Mario's 35th anniversary. Yeah. Wait, you're gonna do N.Sane Trilogy? Yep. Twinsanity Dingo Dial is very complicated. I think it's one of the best boss fights in all of Twinsanity. Twinsanity generally has some lackluster boss fights, in my opinion. EPSXC? Yeah. No, the... I forgot what the emulator name was. I'm using EPSXC right now. But, hold on. Sorry. Oops. I honestly forgot, but, I'll just have to look it up. RetroArch. There we go. RetroArch. Yeah, that one. That emulator, I did fiddle with it a bit, but, it's more consistent in terms of frame rate than Zebra and EPSXC that I'm using right now. Yo, William. What's up, dude? Good job. Also, do you own PS1 physical copies of Crash games? Yes, I do. In terms of emulating games, as long as you own the physical disc, it's fine to emulate them. By the way, did you see that someone uploaded that video including all audio files from Lex Lang's Cortex? Really? I think I did see it in my recommended just for a bit. Medneffen? What's that? No, it's not Medneffen, Shimmy. It's RetroArch. N.Sane is the best version of Dingo Dial. I agree. I agree. Top 5 best character and top 5 best evil character in Crash Bandicoot. I'd say the worst villains would have to be the evil twins. They're just pathetic. Top villain would be Emperor Velo. Emperor Velo really intimidates you. Like, he really, really intimidates you. What else? Crunch is not really a villain, but more so like just an antagonist, I guess. Being controlled. Brio is number 2. Crunch, I guess if you want to consider him as a villain, he would be number 4. Number 3 would have to be Dingo Dial, of course. And, yeah. Top 5 characters. Top 5 good characters would be... Yo, Itamar, what's up, dude? It's been a while. Yeah, it's another PS1 emulator I'm using for OG CTR. Works for the most part. Yeah, RetroArch is fine. Oh, you mean Metafin, okay. It was rushed, unfortunately. Yeah, N.Sane was rushed, unfortunately. Saw one guy over on the Crash Red posting a few of those files, and he opted to make a video that included a link to those files. Huh. Let's just casually cheese this. I got stuck on the scenery. Does Wrath of Cortex PS2 ROM still have that issue where it goes really glitchy screen in Droid Void? Yes. I mean, it only does that because of the dark scenery. It does that in Droid Void, Nighttime, Coco's, you know, Gauntlet stage, and Crate Balls of Fire. It only does that because the mech and Coco's level, the emulator just doesn't handle night stuff very well. Like shadowy stuff in those 3 levels only. But another way would just have to be that you switch to software mode as opposed to playing in hardware mode, and that will be to just press F9 essentially. Yeah, that's what I tend to do when I'm able to. Yeah, despite how relevant he is in his own game. I'm not sure if I read that full comment. Trophy best for me, worst definitely Evil Twins. Does Wrath of Court? No, I love Entranced despite how irrelevant he is in his own game. Yeah, that's what I tend to do when I'm able to. Ah, okay. I make sure to reach the death platform first and foremost. Though just in case I screw up on my first go. Yeah, that's like the most optimal way to do it. I like the boss as well. Yeah, Entranced isn't that bad. Also, this level didn't have Thunderstorm in the original. I'm pretty sure that's Ruination and not Road to Ruin. Because it's Road to Ruin that doesn't have Thunderstorm by default. It's Ruination, the one that has Thunderstorm and Rain. And make sure to reach the death plan. Oh wait, I already read that. Okay. Probably an N.Sane Trilogy detail. Nope. Nope. Ruination has Thunderstorm and Rain on both versions, the original and N.Sane of Ruination. I honestly don't see why people say Wrath of Cortex loading screens are bad. It's only bad because the PS2 architecture was... It's like okay, but they focus too much on making fur physics for the Xbox version. And the fact that the loading screens are actually, for some reason, better on GameCube and the Xbox version. It's kind of weird how that works. The death music for this stage is amazing. I agree. I honestly don't see why people... Okay, I read that already. Sure, they're a bit long, but Enter the Dragonfly's worst. Never really played Enter the Dragonfly. But I can only assume the game, you can just finish it in like 2 minutes by like head bashing across like through the ground on Ripto. CTR and F loading screen versus Wrath of Cortex, which is worse? Nitro Fuel. Nitro Fueled is worse. I'm sorry. That's just a fact. Are you sad that Nitro Fueled is over? Yeah, in a way, but it's to be expected. Like, they can't update the game forever. What? Hello? Okay, there we go. Sometimes the polar bear here despawns if you go too far, and the thing doesn't break until you death abuse. I wouldn't... Hey, Tresh Shepherd, what's up, dude? I wouldn't mind that the post-Grand Prix is the last update. Oh, okay. There goes the comment. I wouldn't mind if the post-Grand Prix is the last update for CTR and Nitro Fueled. I'm still focused on getting Crash 4 It's About Time on PS4 by October 2nd and 30 more days away. Yeah. Way less than 30 days, actually. There's like 4 weeks left. You're lucky. Enter the Dragonfly is really bad game. Yeah. Yo, Eric. What's up, dude? My favorite level, yeah, Unbearable is actually really good. Glad I'm not the only one on that. Nitro Fueled loading was way worse, I feel. It's so bad. Like, honestly, just bad. Games like Enter the Dragonfly or 06 can be fun to play because of how bad they are. You just bring yourself to make fun of them. Yeah. Are you going to play Call Out Crash normally or the glitch method? If I can try the glitched method, I guess, where I have I can get the gem without falling off in the death route. But unless you mean glitch method as in like the bonus crates, you know, the bonus crates, you know, being doubled essentially. In that case, no. It's very time consuming and it's not really worth doing. If Crash 4 hasn't got relics, I'll go for Platinum. It will have relics, by the way. There's going to be 2 sets of time trials. I almost got the Platinum on Crash 1 trophy left, all 26 golden relics or better. Well, good job. It's going to be ages until I can get all the relics, however. Managed to get Platinum trophy in both Spyro 1 and Spyro 2 for Ignite. Spyro 3 is like the most straightforward one because it originally had skill points. And most of the skill points and trophies are essentially in your face. So Spyro 3 Reignited is like, honestly, in my opinion, the best. It's like the most fun you can do, you can have, but it's like the least polished, unfortunately. Wrath of Cortex is the worst because at least first 10 times the loading screen showed you tips. Wait, what? Really? Does Wrath? I don't remember Wrath of Cortex ever showing tips. Almost tried buying this game, but the delivery costs more than the game. Yeah, unfortunately. It is quite rare to have physical, polished games, like in good condition these days, especially PS1 games. If CTRNF wouldn't load every single item in every loading screen, shoutouts to Yuzu Patch 1.0. Fancy playing Rage of Legends later? Yep, sure. I'd be down. Ah, damn it. I got all Platinum trophies plus CTR Platinum trophy. I'm ready for Crash 4. Crash 4 is not going to be easy. Like, it's safe to say that it's going to be significantly more difficult, especially for the Platinum trophy. Because think about it, there's 2 sets of time trials, there's playable characters, like other playable characters. Platinum trophy might be tied to the mobile game even, because seasonal events and all that. Then there's inverted mode. You know, they really want to hammer down on the difficulty. So it's not going to be something for the kids to 100%, essentially. Shout out to this ice bit that's not even in N.Sane Trilogy, it's just normal, like snow. Same here, that ice bit it doesn't exist in N.Sane. Spyro 3 is my least favorite because of the addition of more minigames / glitches. Wrath of Cortex loading screens is just Crash floating to a rainbow-like background. It had no tips or anything like that. Yep, exactly. And then the ugly one, the Xbox one, is essentially just a green and black void. Yo, Ugly Chicken, welcome dude, what's up? In GameCube version, it's a black screen. Yeah, it's just a black screen with a loading text. There's the harder flashback stages. Yeah, that too. It's just a lot in Crash 4 so far. Turbo, what's up, man? Welcome. And the time trial of flashback stages. Was that confirmed? That's gonna be... harder than Stormy Ascent. Like, significantly more difficult than Stormy Ascent. I've wanted to go back on 100% Mario Galaxy. It's a fun nostalgic game. Go for it, dude. I'm confident I can do it, but I most likely will get Crash PTSD. Yeah. Oh, oops. Okay, so there's a nice bug that you can do where you can land on the platform Tiny died on and specifically just float on in midair. That's where your movement gets locked and deactivated. Blue stuttered said about relics, I think. Really? If that's the I mean, they're technically normal levels still. They're just significantly way difficult, right? It's really interesting how the time trials are going to be in those. If that's confirmed, that's definitely 100 times worse than Stormy Ascent. Yeah, 2 sets of time trials. There's the normal relic time trials, and then there's that purple stopwatch in the Dino Dash loading screen. I guess that's like a no-death time trial, like... just imagine not dying in one of those flashback stages. That's gonna be way worse than Stormy Ascent. Like, that's gonna be significantly more difficult. Crash 4 is gonna be more difficult altogether because not only, like, at least the levels are built to have relics in them, but it's still, like, significantly gonna be more difficult. Will Crash 4 have, like, warp rooms or something? No, they confirmed it's gonna be the same progression as Crash 1, so a map. It's not gonna be hub-based. It's gonna be exactly like Crash 1, where it's essentially a map. It's not exactly the same, but something similar to Crash 1's, you know, map progression. It's called the dimensional map. That's what they called it. This is like Sonic, how you can die after beating a boss. After all, I'm still focusing getting Crash 4 on PS4, especially a brand new Spyro 2021 game. Yeah, Spyro 4 is more likely. We're just waiting for a new entry in next year, which is I can't wait for that one too. Yeah, 1980s, welcome, dude. What's up? It's okay if you're late. I just got up and freshened up this morning. Good morning. Good morning, dude. Also, shout out to this first specific Nitro. This Ghost Nitro. If you guys look at the particles, they're all gray. It's kind of silly how it works. Where if you body slam this specific Nitro from, like, a distance, it still kills you. It's essentially a Ghost Nitro. We all gonna have to try hard then, exactly. So crystals will return? Unlikely, but I mean, who knows? We don't know. We don't know. Cannot wait to play as Coco, yeah. The character designs look better and more cartoony than the N.Sane Trilogy designs. I agree. They fit the game. They fit what the game's going for. Crystals are gone from Earth according to Warped. Huh. I hope there's no game over, so no need to collect lives. There are two modes in Crash 4 that they confirmed. There's retro mode, which does have a life system, and then there's modern mode, which doesn't have a life system, so you can replay and die in a level as many times as you want, essentially. You can tell Crash 4 is made by Toys for All because it has the Spyro Reignite Trilogy style graphics, which I love, yeah. It's very unique, and it actually works with Crash really well. Plus, it also makes it very easy for them to integrate Spyro as an Easter egg somewhere. Or possibly a playable character. You know, Spyro could be tied to the story, you never know. Because it will be the second time that Spyro is like part of the story. First game being Crash Purple, of course. On the Game Boy. I love Crash 2, but I never managed to get all the crates for the snow level in the first warp room. Never knew how. How do you guys get all the crates in that snow level? Snow Go? Snow Go isn't that difficult. What are you on about, dude? Just do it normally. If it's your first time playing it, that's understandable, but the nitro detonator is on the back end of the screen when you drop down at the end of the 2D path. What are your biggest concerns for Crash 4? I don't want it to be friendly to the journalists. I want the journalists to die and suffer. I want the journalists to die and suffer. Aku Aku and Uka Uka couldn't beat the evil twins. The evil Clash eats them, right? Some of the death animations I've seen on Crash 4 look brutal. Yeah. The pirate one where he gets snapped in half, like Mortal Kombat style, is really brutal. I've heard that crystals are coming back, but this time they're called time crystals. It can still be crystals. I'm hoping the music will be great. It will be great. From what I heard anyway so far, it's awesome. That would make sense to call them time crystals, yep. Because the crystals are essentially lost in time. I love Back in Time when the Wampa Islands showed up in the bonus underground floor. Back in Time? Oh, yeah. Max percent no death speedrun. Oh god. You bet your ass they... You know, this is what I would want from Crash 4, for them to have a speedrun mode. Hoping the Crash 4 will be great. Yep, it should be great. That would make sense to call them time crystals. Yep. I've got bigger expectations on Crash 4 than Origami King. The music is my biggest worry. Honestly, I trust Toys for Bob with the music because at least it won't be like a remix of anything. What else? Well, in terms of the music, like, yeah, they have Walter Mayer. And he pretty much composed for Dead Space, and GTA. So I pretty much trust him if he composed for those massive games. Hasbro as the dioramas though. I want the journalists to suffer. Dude. I want him to fucking suffer. I really want him to suffer. I just got home from work myself. Hey, Cooper, welcome back. Speaking of Mortal Kombat, the Mortal Kombat skin for Crash looks sick. Yeah, it really does look sick. Do. Shout out to this bonus music in N.Sane Trilogy. Oh, whoops. Okay. Nice radius. Which Quantum Mass do you think is more powerful? Probably Akano. It's either Akano or Lani Loli. Because Lani Loli can pretty much phase realities in and out at will. So, I think he would be the most overpowered one. Ah, damn it. I wanted to spin the left one. Isn't Time Trial basically a speedrun mode? Pretty much, yeah. But like, in terms of speedrunning mode, I mean as in like, for the entire game and not just a single level. Like, speedrun mode switches the game up, adds more enemies, adds more crates, makes the levels way more difficult. Like, it basically has like certain elements where you have to beat the level in a certain amount or you just die. Yeah, that kind of speedrun mode. The music in N.Sane was my biggest nitpick because it didn't fit the atmosphere for certain levels, mainly Crash 1, like General Room or Temple levels. I think Temple of Ruins is music is kind of fine for what it is. But I think it's fine for what it is. Generated Room as well, it's not that bad, but the only one that really doesn't fit is Lights Out, the dark levels. Do 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 do. Ah, damn it. Okay, well, you know what? I'll just backtrack to that one, I guess. Crash Bandicoot Maker would be cool. It would be cool, but would it really be worth building with all the assets? Journalists found Buzz from Spyro 3 hard. Oh. I mean, they suck then, hence the name Journalists. Spyro Flying Levels Journalist. Oh, Dark Souls? Yo, Wizrank, what's up, dude? My new favorite thing is actually Cortex's gun mechanics. Yeah, it's really interesting and fun. I do wonder how the time trials will be in the respective levels for Cortex, because I say that because Dingo Dial's level, the beginning one, when they revealed Dingo Dial, it had a time trial clock, and it's really gonna be interesting to see how those work. I didn't even know there were lives way up there, and I've been playing this game forever. Well, there you go. I just got home myself. That would be actually very cool. Crash Bandicoot music is always great. Like, that's even a question, bro. Like, yeah, even the weakest of soundtracks are still really good and solid. Like, yeah, even N.Sane Trilogy, fortunately. Time crystals makes perfect sense as a concept. At least it gives crystals more of a purpose than just another reused concept. What about crystal shards? Like the way N.Trance did it with the gem shards, you know? Like a crystal shard unlocks a certain challenge, unlocks a certain time trial mode, you know? Maybe. Crash 4 is gonna kill game journalists 100% guaranteed. Oh, it will. It will. I want it to do that. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Bam. So basically a hardcore mode, essentially, Gregory. Oh yeah, Gregory, welcome to the stream, by the way. Toxic Waste music is better than the original. I agree. Oh. Okay. Am I gonna spawn all the way here? God damn it, dude. One life star over mode would be terrifying for Crash 4. It would be. Like, imagine going through the game with just a single life. That'd be horrifying. It would be sick to see a standoff between the Quantum Mask and the Elemental Mask. That would be interesting. The Elemental Mask also can appear because, multiverse. Because of the multiverse concept. It would be sick to see... Okay, I read that already. Crystal shards could be an extension to crystals themselves entirely. Yeah, but they can also be made up into another idea as well, not just something to unlock extra levels, you know? Do. Highly possible, Fire Ninja. Hey, Fire Ninja, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Do you think Tropy will be the main villain instead of Cortex? Probably. Okay. You know what? Glad I safe stated here. Because I'm impatient when it comes to digging it. Okay. Safe stating here. Will Crash 4 be bigger than the N.Sane trilogy? XP? Quite likely. Do. What would be your absolute favorite OC from the whole series, by the way? Real curious. Mine is between Cortex OG theme or 10th Dimension theme from To Insanity. It would have to be Crash 3's Time Twister theme in both the original and N.Sane trilogy. It's just a banger. It's just a banger. Also, Drive Through Danger is my favorite. Literally my most favorite. Just top first. Top one. Okay. I think Cortex will defeat Tropy with Crash. Probably. Imagine if Crash 4 has the same saving system or only save. Oh god. Don't even think about it. Don't even think about it, dude. That'd be a nightmare. If they want to go for a sequel to Crash 3 to beat Crash 3... Where the fuck did I miss... Oh god, dude. I missed a box, apparently. Alright, buddy. Did I really miss a box somewhere? N.Sane did it, however, between us. Do you think the reason they brought back Engine as a boss since Dingodile is a player now? Maybe, but nobody knows. I generally don't even know anything about the game now besides what's been shown. Okay, let's save state here. I swear to God, if I miss something in the bonus round of all things, I'm gonna be pissed. Okay, there's this too. Remember that one? I'll just kill this one. Just so it doesn't annoy me. Did I seriously miss something in the bonus round? I swear to God. Hey, Tulipa, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Okay, come on, trigger. Okay. What did I miss? No, really, what did I miss? I'm just curious now. I might as well just redo the level, but I'm really curious. I just missed a box at the beginning? No. Okay. I have no idea. Let me check the death route one more time. Because if it's not the death route, then it's 100% the bonus round. That's so stupid, dude. I could have just forgotten a box here at the beginning without thinking. Crash 2 struggles, am I right? Do 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 do. Yep, it's the bonus. Because there's no boxes here. Alright, well. That's a big rip. God damn it. Yeah. Alright. Okay, this time I'm gonna wait for the boxes in the bonus to completely vanish. Because that was kind of annoying to backtrack for. Granted though, my favorite level in Crash 2 is Digging It, surprisingly, so it's not as annoying. Yeah, it just sucks that the game doesn't save your box counter sometimes. Do 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 do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Come on. Worth. Watch a box be up here, magically. Okay, that's all the boxes. Don't screw me now. My favorite level in Crash 2 would be Turtle Woods. It's like the beginning level, but yeah, I can see why it's your favorite. Completing the game with just one life is a mission of pure demise. Speaking of which, they can do that, by the way, Cool Pro. They can do that. They can do that as a trophy. They can 100% do that. Spyro Reignited Trilogy was originally supposed to have a one-hit, like, mode, essentially, like easy, medium, hard. Like a challenger mode, essentially, for Reignited. And, yeah. If Spyro Reignited was supposed to have that kind of, difficulty, then... And it didn't make it to the game. Like, it was just screenshots on, like, game files. You know, game assets in the files. Then they can do that. Crash 4 has levels to unlock relics with. We don't know. Like, I doubt they want it to be the same gimmick as Crash 3 where relics unlock levels and so on. What if the relics unlock new abilities? Maybe. I mean, it's possible. Turtle Woods is a masterpiece of a level. I agree, though it's not my favorite Crash 2 level. 22 last time, yeah. 22 boxes this time, too. Is my game just broken, then? Just have to wait and see. Maybe it's the fact that, is there a box here? Nope. Okay. Maybe it's the fact that the TNT respawned as I went off of into the, like, off of the bonus area and then died after, and then it respawned, you know? Music mashup of Turtle Woods, Glimmerwood. Could be something. I'd love to have that challenge. What, the challenger mode? From Reignited? Yeah, Reignited was supposed to have that, essentially. But it didn't make it. So, Crash 4, I'm expecting Crash 4 to have some sort of challenger mode. I mean, the game's gimmick is essentially new abilities and grinding and the quantum masks and all that. So, I'm expecting a very good challenge. I love all the levels in this game. Yeah, Crash 4, Crash 2, Crash 4. Crash 2 is not bad at all. It has really awesome levels. Thank you. So it kind of was the TNT in a way. Do 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 do. I'm hoping each mask in Crash 4 has different personalities. They do. They do. I'm 100% aware that a challenge like that is actually possible to implement. Twister Bob were wise enough to go against it eventually in the end. Do 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 do. Oh right, the secret exit in Air Crash Gives the percentage for the portals. Yeah, I remember now. Well, I have nothing to do in Road to Ruin, besides just quitting out. Yeah, this time I got it. Let me just do the entrance to... or the secret exit in Air Crash, because that counts towards the percentage. After that, there's Engine, and then there's 5 more levels left. I want Crash 4 to essentially be the real, not N.Sane Trilogy's fucking holding your hands on Crash 1 all the time. I want true Dark Souls Crash. I want true Dark Souls. I want the real Dark Souls. I bet the Crash Bandicoot is the Dark Souls memes. They're gonna come back. They will. 1000% they will. Not 100%, 1000% they will. Since Crash 4 is being worked on by Toys for Bob and Tony Hawk's work by Vico, wouldn't it kind of make sense if Spyro 4 would be worked by Beanox? It would make sense as a primary project because Crash 4 and Tony Hawk, the Tony Hawk project, like 1 and 2 remasters, are essentially side projects for Beanox. Because, of course, the entire studio is not working on Tony Hawk and Crash 4. Like, it's not impossible for the entire studio to be working on both games like that. It's only support teams. So, like, maybe... Oh, right, no, I have Cold Hard Crash and Digging It. Oops. Cold Hard Crash behaving and Ruination. Oops. I forgot about these levels for some reason. But yeah. It would make sense for Beanox to do it as a primary project and not a secondary project. Being as a secondary dev to a game that's being developed by another studio it's just a side project to them. Like, they're not the main focus. Like, it's only like maybe 10 or 20 out of Beanox's, let's say, 100 employees that are working on Crash 4, for example, and then the rest is like busy doing something else entirely, you know? Because if they can do both simultaneously, then those are support devs, not main devs. So in theory, yeah, they can be working on Spyro 4 as we speak without us even knowing. Plus, Sledgehammer has Taylor Kurosaki as well. One of the original devs of Naughty Dog. So it's quite likely that any other dev at an Activision's, list can work on a Crash game or a Spyro game, but to what extent do they know, To what extent do they know Crash or Spyro, Oh, what? I like how I lost both of my masks. Because the invincibility frames are still there. There we go. Is this called our Crash? Yup. Come on. Get me the invincibility. There we go. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna show you guys a trick that you can get the gem without falling off. And it's not that, but it takes a bit of timing. But save stating essentially helps with it. Damn it. There we go. Just a little fun thing to do. takes a bit of timing, and I think you can only do it with invincibility, because invincibility extends your hitbox a bit. Yo, Nintendo TV 64, what's up, dude? Crackstar, what's up, dude? Welcome. I had to guess they're probably on an F sequel, and VV are in Spyro 4. Probably. My favorite level. Really? Cold Hard Crash is your favorite level? I think Spyro is next in line. Yeah, Spyro should be. Not is, but should be next in line. Ooh, okay, that lag. I find Crash 2 is a chore when it comes to getting the gems. In a way, yeah. Struggled so much with this level. Yeah, Cold Hard Crash tends to be annoying. Crash 4 will contain microtransactions, I believe. They confirmed it that it won't, but again, that's not their decision to do anyway. That's all under Activision. But and besides that, how would you even fit microtransactions in a single player experience? Like in a platformer, that just makes no sense. Crash 4. Oh, well, looks like XP deleted his comment. RIP. It was confirmed not to have by developers. Yep. It's directly by the horse's mouth, but some people believe that they're lying because Beanox, quote-unquote, said that there won't be microtransactions when they never said that. They never, like, tweeted out, like, hey, Crash Team Racing won't have microtransactions. They never said that. And people are confusing that because of Screen Rant's stupid article that is very misleading. It was a very poorly written and misleading article. And it didn't really confirm anything. Plus, why would someone, like a normal employee from Beanox, like confirm, quote-unquote confirm, that there won't be any microtransactions? That's not their decision, you know? It's not their decision. Like, if a rep were to, like, talk about the business tactic behind a game, it would have to be the publisher and, like, financial people, not the developer. Like, would you say that an environment artist is going to confirm that there won't be any microtransactions? No, that's not his position to say that, or even confirm or deny. It's just not his position, you know. Shout out to the rain, by the way. It's very loud. Okay, Crash 2 is a piss easy cakewalk, especially with the gems. It was the time trials, hence why it originally wasn't intended to have time trials? Yeah. Crash 2 at least works with the time trials because of the slide spin and slide jump. Like, inherently, the movement is about similar to Crash 3. So it kind of still works. Did it just say you had 100 lives? I think. Okay, good hitbox. Different skins to buy. They did say that skins are earned through gameplay and challenges. There will be a challenge mode, or like it's like the Grand Prix things, but challenges essentially. The game will have challenges where you can unlock skins and stuff. At least that's my my guess. Japan is selling a demo disc of Crash 4. What? Are you real, Ali? Are you real? Are you being for real? That's new. It looks like Cortex Castle background. It is Cortex Castle. Cortex is a castle background. I find Crash 2 Relics more fun than 3. I agree. Sega's the publisher for Crash games in Japan. Yup. What are amongst your favorite foods? Chicken and Hershey's. Don't ask why, that's just a really good combination to me. Like, not as a combination together, like that you cook them together, but like those two things in particular are among my favorite foods. I don't think I've ever seen the lives count exceed anything above 99 before. When you can actually exceed 99 lives normally if the live is flying to the mug on the top right, you can quit out of the level and it'll reach over 100. But any life you collect after that it will count it back to 99. Yo, Mitch, what's up, dude? Welcome back. What's up? Doing well, dude. I hope you're doing well too. Is it kept in the N.Sane trilogy? Yes. Yes. One fruit called apple in Japan. Yeah. Fair enough, chicken is really good, not gonna lie. Yeah, it is. Gems and diamonds are crystals as power stones. Yeah, power stones, I do know that. Diamonds, I didn't know that. I thought gems were just gems in Japan. But yeah, power stones, I do know that. They're called that in Japan. Yo, Raven Wizard, what's up, dude? Overslept? Don't worry about it, it's fine. Also, I guess I can just complete this one, even though I can just death abuse. There we go. Didn't take long. Is there a story behind the crates and why they're everywhere? Cortex. Cortex. Put them around. Crash 4 kind of confirms that with the flashback trailer, where he says, I put extra crates in this one. So that's kind of a nudge that Cortex is the one that puts all the crates. So, yeah, it's kind of cool in a way, where he directly tells you that, but it's really interesting. Actually, in Crash 2 improved everything from Crash 1, although there are some real horror levels, such as Car Crash. And Pissing It Away also, they got my drawing tablet today. Nice, dude. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Good day to stay inside, huh? Yup. And I screwed that up. Rip. Crash 4 Japan. Dude, I can't speak today. Crash 4 Japan would be... Demo disc would be cool. Hard as fuck to find though. Yeah. Is that real though, Ali? Like, I highly doubt there's a demo disc in Japan specifically. That'd be weird. In the N.Sane trilogy, the platform is bonus, which is not normal. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, they expect you to death abuse anyway, so... It's like, who would bother going through all that? You know? Doo-doo. Exactly, Screen Rant's article is just stirring the pot. Toys for Bob Flat, I pointed out that there will be no MTX from the get-go. That's far more reassurance than you really need, to be honest. Yeah. Plus, CTR is like an online game with free content and skins and like the entire package, so it was more likely that it would have microtransactions at some point because the Wumpo coins insisted on it.
Masterminded by Dr. Nitrous Brio, the inventor of the Evolvo ray. Brio was responsible.
Yeah, Brio was oh yeah. Funny thing about Brio, Lou Studdard actually mentions him very indirectly. So, drawing tablet I got is an XP Pen 12 Pro. Everything is on sale on that site. Nice. This music is the best.
Like Dr. Cortex said, each of 20 crystals you have collected from me.
Why is the sound effects really loud today? Hey, double arms, let's go. I saw it in Crash Fan Japan in Twitter. Really? Huh. This music, I know, right? Is there a way to even redo bosses in this game? Yes, you hold triangle as you're going up the lift elevator. N.Sane Trilogy version is my favorite. Respectable. Hey, double shoulders too. Wow.
Master Cortex will be very displeased with your resistance. Prepare to suffer his wrath.
The jetpack levels have my favorite ever music. I agree. Yeah, that's like #1 in Crash 2. It's just a really nice beat, which are many unaware of. I was unaware of. Yeah.
Problem, Bandicoot. I will not ask you again to bring me the crystals. Obtain the remaining 5 crystals, Crash, and bring them to me.
The collision detection OG Crash Trivia engine is better than N.Sane. N.Sane's was just unpredictable. To a degree, yeah. I agree. Talks like engine. Give me crystals. I agree, the music is lit. Like, N.Sane did such a good job in the boss. Like, with the bosses. Whoops. Alright, this is piston away, right? There's a death route, right? I gotta be careful to not die. And the crabs hitbox can just go die in hell in N.Sane Trilogy. I'm sorry, but it's just trash in N.Sane. Oh yeah, fun fact, you can spin these lasers as well to negate the damage. Engine is tougher in N.Sane Trilogy. To a degree, yeah, he is. This is where the game gets difficult. Yep. Are you going to in level order? Yeah, why not? This level was an absolute nightmare in N.Sane. It still is a nightmare in N.Sane. Yo, Abdullah, ايش حالك؟ حياك. ما اتوقع كراش راح يظهر بالجزء الرابع بشكل مباشر. What do you mean? شو قصدك? Crash 2 backtracking against the camera is a pain. I agree. Yeah, backtracking in general is just a pain. Crash 2 backtracking. All right. Okay. I thought it was another comment. Only Cortex is obsessed with crystals and time traveling. This must be part of his CV. Quite likely. Okay, that's the last box. I know that because N.Sane Trilogy. Yo, Airtrus, what's up, dude? Best Tana photos, dude. No. I like how that last one just like fired like 4 times. The Platinum Relic in Crash XS or Advance is the hardest. In a way, yeah, but the level designs are a bit unique in those games. These crabs are also a pain in N.Sane Trilogy. A 69 boxes. اقصد كرانش. ايوه كرانش راح يكون في اللعبة بشكل غير مباشر. هو اوريدي اصلا بشكل غير مباشر، بس يوم تقدر تلعب فيه هذا مو معروف. It's unknown if Crunch is directly referenced or indirectly referenced, but it seems that he's an Easter egg in the game, essentially. Number fan of Abby. Yeah, okay. Number fan of mine is Jordy Kappa. Shield Lab Assistants, those guys are weak! I know, right? Well, the good music now starts. I really hope they bring back the jetpack. Being less of a gimmick and more fun. Imagine the jetpacks with the quantum... Dude! This would be dope if the jetpacks and quantum masks were mashed together. Holy shit, that'd be such a funky way to play with the jetpack. Murder 69. But how will time and phase mask work though? Who knows? As discovered in the Orange Dog's N.Sane Trailer Trash, it's called pissing it away. You know best. Well, pro, you know best. I think Cortex is watching Pokemon Gen 1 anime, bruh. Wait, is the gem here like at the beginning, or is it way at the end? I could be wrong though. Nope, it's here. Yep. Okay. Okay, let's death abuse. We all know 69 is a dirty number. It is a dirty number. It's a meme number too, but it's also a dirty number. Excuse me. That's not how that's supposed to work. Okay. Polished game. What the fuck? That's one way to die. Why is Cortex yellow? Because he ate too much bananas. He liked bananas, cheese, and butter. For every single day for the past 50 years of his life. Kappa, he's not really 50 years old, just saying. That's just a made-up number. Speaking of playthrough, I'm continuing on with Spyro 2 in the Reignite trilogy. Hey, good job, man. Keep it up. Imagine if Crash 1, 2, and 3 was out on PlayStation now. I would go and play them in a heartbeat. But I'm playing them here right now. You could just emulate them. Even on your phone, you can emulate them, so they're not that difficult to emulate. What on earth happened? Nitro glitch? I've never seen that happen. Dude, Crash 2 is so weird with the nitros. Crash 2 specifically is very, very weird with the nitros. Do 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 do. Ba da 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 da. Oh, okay. Maybe Naughty Dog wanted to make a Simpsons reference. Oh. I'd say Crash 2 overused them the most because it was the first game nitros were added. You want a game that overused nitros? Crash 2 Cortex Forgets back. It's a modded version of Crash 2 where every single level is just infested with nitros. Dig in, it has about 300 nitros. I'm not even joking. Alright, Pack Attack. Pack Attack, more like Crack Attack. Also, I can see Pasadena opossum in the forest before mutation. I mean, the thing is, we don't... Pasadena at least, doesn't really have a backstory on how she came to be. She just appeared in tag team racing. So she has about zero backstory, like Coco, essentially. I love the music so much in these jetpack levels. I agree. They're pretty cool. Tag team racing was my favorite diorama. My favorite diorama is Crash being smushed into a cow's ass. They either probably forgot or other scientists got the same formula from Brio and mutated other animals. Probably, I mean, we don't even know who that scientist is. For all we know, it might be Engine that tested on Pasadena. Kinda trippy in a way too, yeah. Couldn't imagine that it'll be a Spyro skin for Crash as an Easter egg in Crash 4. I've heard Toys for Bob confirmed Spyro will be in Crash 4 as a hidden Easter egg. They didn't confirm it, but they said there's absolutely a chance for Spyro to appear in Crash 4. It's not really a confirmation, it's just reaffirmation that, hey, Spyro can appear in the game, you know? Would be cool if the jetpack levels had death roots and bonus levels. The motorcycle actually was going to have a death root level, but it got cancelled. Either it was a death route or it was just cancelled music for Area 51. Yeah. If the non-platforming levels can have death routes, then that would be fun and interesting, because it would be a serious first. Oh, hello. Do 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 do. GG, my dude. Thanks, dude. Not much left. There's only this level that's left. You guys didn't know there's a life up there, but I'm not gonna go for it because it's not really worth it. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Also, my next CTR reel is going to be a continuation of on my Rustline one, and will also feature some Gas Moxie GP footage. Nice, good job, dude. Keep it up on the content before Crash 4. Would we ever get a remake of Tag Team Racing? I'm actually hoping for one. It's possible with a level editor in CTR, Nitro Fueled, because it is possible to get a working mod for CTR on PC, but it would only be for the Switch version, because Yuzu is an emulator that does get CTR to be at 60 frames. Okay. Wasn't Crash 1 originally gonna be called N.Sane, and about time traveling scientists who get merged with dinosaurs? I have no idea where you heard that from, dude. All I know is that Crash 1 was supposed to be a bit different without the boxes. The boxes were like a last minute decision, and the game was called Willy the Wombat. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Highly possible for other remakes later on when we gotten a ton of new titles from Crash and Spyro. Would you guys be okay with, say, a port of all Crash games on PS5 digitally? That would be good, because it would preserve the games in history as well. Yeah, it makes sense that the Toys for Bob developers just answered to Canadian Guy A to say there's absolutely chance for that when Canadian Guy A asked them about Spyro. It will be an Easter egg. Yeah. It was the Beta M video, Crash explained. Dynasty. Oh. Maybe. I don't know about that one, though.
Engine? What's happening?
Engine, you fool! She's telling him everything!
Cortex isn't going to use the crystals to contain the planet's energy. He's going to harness the force and use it to power the super cortex vortex he has built on his space station. One blast of the ray will cover the entire world, turning everyone into Cortex's
This aged semi-poorly, in a way.
Engine, you fool! She's telling him everything! Ah, yes. We're back now. Pardon the, interruption. Crash, bring me crystals!
Is it N.Sane and Nitro Fuel on PSP? Nope. Only PS4, Xbox, and Switch. for N.Sane Trilogy, it's on PC, but Nitro Fuel is not on PC. Not yet, anyway. And here we go with the worst fucking boss fight in history. Oh yeah, fun fact about the spinning here. You can spin the meteors and mines away, but to negate the hit that pushes you back, you can't do that in N.Sane Trilogy. You hit anything in N.Sane, it just pushes you back no matter what.
You haven't seen the last of me, Crash Bandicoot!
Well, there's that.
Crash, what do you suppose happened to Cortex? And what about the Cortex Vortex? It's still up there.
It's still up there. Coco's voice in this game sounds nothing like Debbie Derryberry. I mean, it's in the early days of Debbie as well. I hear Nitro Fuel is primarily finished now, no more CTR updates? Yeah, no more, they confirmed it. Beanox confirmed no more Nitro Fuel updates. I thought Engine is dead. Nope. I mean, he is part cyborg, so it would kind of make sense for him to be able to breathe in outer space, too. At the end of the stream, you have to do your version of My Drunk. My Drunk I sent this at 4 AM. No. No. Music's amazing, deserve better. I'll give a final score to CTR Nitro Fuel gets a 9 out of 10. Who voices Coco in this game? It's Debbie Derryberry. Worst final boss ever. Luckily the music is good. They should have made the mine and rocks kill you, and especially if Cortex shoot you. Have Cortex shoot you from time to time. Yeah. It's like when some guys plays Crash 2, both sounds in his voice. Yeah, I know that, dude. I know the 4 AM meme. I agree, Abdul. Cortex's boss fight in Crash 2 was a total letdown compared to Crash 1. Even Crash 3's final boss was much better. Yeah. Crash 1 and 3 is so much better. Even, like, to Insanity, you get to fight Cortex, like, as the first boss, and even that is good. Warped, best Cortex fight in the trilogy. Yep. Seems like the people who were complaining about the lack of updates and confirmation for Beanox have deleted their Twitter posts about it. Well, it confirms that to them, at least. So, nothing from them to complain about anymore. It's a shame, but it is what it is, you know? Engine is not dead. He's fine. Yeah, he's completely fine. Is it Debbie? It sounds nothing like her. But I can't speak. Oh no, wait, it's Vicky Winters. Okay. I think CTR is when Debbie Derryberry starts voicing Coco. It's Vicky Winters. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Okay. Isn't Coco the smart inventor? Yes. Kind of like Tails from Sonic. Debbie voices Coco in N.Sane, yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, Soshi, what's up, dude? Yo, Soma, dude, you're just at the end of the stream. Yeah, it's Vicky Winters, yeah. I just read it in the credits.
Let me walk you to my completed laser installation.
Fun fact, Kadikarus called Crash 2 Cash Panuka 2 Gringotts Steakhouse. That's such a funny name, dude. Oh, Wrath of Cortex. I don't know, CTR is like iffy to even tell, but you can kind of hear a bit of Vicky Winters as well. But yeah, Wrath of Cortex is technically the first mainline game for Debbie to first voice in. Coco in any game will be better than she was in Wrath of Cortex, yeah. Debbie first voiced Coco in Wrath of Cortex, yeah. Instead of Crash 2. Yeah, I know, dude. It is what it is, Soshi. It is what it is, Soshi. Also, I believe he called He calls it Cash Panuka because his daughter says it sometimes. Bruh. Who's voicing Coco in Crash 4? Debbie. It's Debbie Derryberry. She confirmed it like yesterday or something. Hopefully when C&K gets a remake, hoping they have all Nitro Fuel content and new Grand Prix and new characters and car. It's unlikely, but they would have to do something completely new and different for a second CTR to even be relevant. That takes place before the event of Crash 3, when Crash and Brio destroyed Cortex Vortex, but one piece fell into the earth. Am I right? Yes. And that one piece led to Uka Uka being free. Very peaceful, unfitting music. Yeah, and the laugh that's gonna come in a bit. Insert will be back, right? We'll be right back, meme here. Yeah. Jess Harnell is Crash's voice actor. He's always been Crash's voice actor, essentially, after, like, from, not to Insanity, Tag Team Racing? Tag Team Racing, yeah? C&K would essentially be a sequel to Nitro Fueled if you think about it, yeah. In a way, Nitro Fueled is also a sequel to Nitro Kart because of them reintroducing Emperor Velo, essentially, into Drive Through Danger as like the last track, you know? It would technically be a continuation to CTR's storyline. And it's kind of interesting the way they did it. Where it kind of ties in back to Oxide in a way, you know? Maybe CTR tracks will have anti-gravity sections? I doubt it. Crash 4 makes sense to continue from Crash 3 because Crash 4 doesn't. That made no sense. To Insanity was Lex Lang's first game as Cortex, yep. Wrath of Cortex didn't is what I meant. Oh, okay. But yeah, this has been Crash 2 for day 2 of Road to Crash 4. I'll stay here and answer a few questions as the game is like playing in the background for like 5 minutes or so. Do you think Brio intended for Uka Uka to be free? No. No. Uka Uka is free? No. Okay, that's just a line. Wrath of Cortex, I like to think as a different timeline created by not getting everything in Warped. Then again, why would everything still be there in Warped if the crystals were collected in 3, but then suddenly the gems are there in Crash 3, and then also in Wrath of Cortex? But then suddenly the crystals are back. It's like, you have the crystals, why are they suddenly back again? You know? Kind of makes no sense in Warped standards for it to be an any % continuation to Wrath of Cortex. Did I mindfuck anybody yet with what I just said? Also, we will have a Crash 4 where the character designs don't look bad like in Wrath of Cortex. Yes. Crash doesn't look as bad, but Coco and quite literally everybody else, minus Crunch, is just bad. It'll be like back and forth, continuity, line per day. Yeah, perhaps they're different crystals per game. I mean, they are different crystals, but like, there's like no mention to the events of Warped in Crash 3's any % ending, so it doesn't really count and defeats the purpose essentially. Will Brio return in Crash 4? Quite likely. Because Lou Stuttered indirectly mentioned other scientists in the flashback interview with IGN. And we know that the flashback levels are supposed to take place before the events of the first game where Crash is put under the Evolve Array, right? So I'd like to think that, yes, Brio can return. He will. He's in the mobile game. He will return. Is that more or less? They probably forgot the whole crystal thing in Wrath of Cortex. If they forgot the entire crystal thing in Wrath of Cortex, how did the crystals get back? Whoa, okay. Hello, demo. You went too fast there. Coco looks more like a teenager in Crash 4. Bro, Coco, everybody says that Coco looks more like a teenager and Crash looks like a child. If Crash is a child, why the fuck does he have a hot babe of a girlfriend?
Crash Bandicoot 2. Vortex
Child. Yeah.
Press start to begin.
In a way, I can kind of understand in the original games, but anything after Warped or CTR, or even Wrath of Cortex, even kind of, it's like, excuse me, like, no character even has a confirmed age, so it's like, whatever at that point. Tiny Tiger has the worst design in Wrath of Cortex. Tiny Tiger looks like a pizza that's, like, not even cooked in an oven in Wrath of Cortex. I prefer his design in Titans. Bruh. Okay, so you like Mike Tyson, Tiny. I getcha. Gabo. Honestly, I think Engine's Wrath of Cortex design is horrible.
Uka. Maybe he's just too good for us.
That's all I can really say about Engine in Wrath of Cortex. Like, all the classic bosses serve like zero purpose. Can be the Brio from Radical's era? Probably unlikely, but who knows? Who knows? If they can bring Brio from the Radical era into CTR, then it's quite likely. What's your favorite Quantum Mask in Crash 4? So far, Lonnie Lowly. Lonnie Lowly is actually quite unique because he can phase realities in and out. Does he still keep the girlfriend? I thought Tana left him from Pinstripe. only in Japan, canonically, like, just a fan-made... It's not even, like, official in Japan. It's just a made-up thing in a separate manga series. It's not even in the game itself. So it kind of defeats the purpose for it to be official. It's only a manga. It's only like 2 volumes of the manga licensed under Universal. It's not an actual like official manga from the devs themselves, you know. So it's like kind of defeats the purpose for it to be an official manga at that point that continues the story. Or even like retells the story in a way that is more fitting instead of just, oh hey, he's here, he's that. It's like, no, it's not canon at all. If it's only once and it doesn't continue afterwards, it's not really canon. Especially in Japan standards, because Japan standards, they like continuing the game and are well known for numbers, like numbering their games. Prime example would be Final Fantasy. Probably about 17, 19 that both Crash and Tana are in terms of age. I highly doubt Tana is like is a teenager. I highly doubt Tana is like a teenager. I highly doubt Tana is a teenager. Even Crash. I highly doubt Crash is a teenager as well. Like, you can't even tell. Especially for Tana. She's like basically Jessica Rabbit. And even like the Naughty Dog themselves confirmed that this is a love relationship similar to Jessica Rabbit and Roger Rabbit. Engine voice actor in Tag Team Racing is the best. Yes. Radical Engine is the best. Don't at me. Luckily, Corey Burton really improved his trophy and engine from Wrath of Cortex to N.Sane. Yeah. Yeah, he really did. Only in Japan, I heard for some commentaries and reviewers that it was on ND's old website. I mean, if they didn't bring it to the games, then there's really no point in even mentioning it. Plus, if she has Crash's mug on her shirt still, then it's safe to say that she's still with him. But what Crash 4 is going to say about the relationship is a mystery, and we'll just have to see if it even gets told or mentioned. Because if Crash 4 is meant to be a direct sequel, then they would have to explain what happened to Dingo Dial, Engine, Tana, and Brio, essentially, you know?
Crash Bandicoot 2.
I really miss Nolan North's engine. Yeah, Nolan North is like best engine. What's your favorite level in this game? Digging it. Will Tana return in Crash 4? Yes. 100%. She got leaked in the merch. And in that one concept art that got leaked on the website for like a few hours, and then they removed that. It was the thumbnail for the reveal trailer, and then they removed that, and then they put the weird-looking Crash that's rail grinding on a jungle vine, essentially. That was the inspiration, yeah. Also, that's why she was taken out, because they wanted her to look like Jessica Rabbit, but took her out because it's a kid's game, so they replaced her with Coco, who was a more child-friendly character. You see, that was outside real-world events, because Japan didn't really like her being all sexual and sexy in general, you know? So, if they can explain that in the game, in Crash 4, that would be very ideal at the very least. But yeah. So both Crash and Tana are adults, so that voids the manga canon. What's the manga canon anyway? What does it say that they're children or something? Bro, Tana's wearing like jeans or a skirt. How is that like not even a teenager wears a skirt that short? Tana's like oof. Like just straight up Jessica Rabbit level, like mid-30s even. Not mid-30s is a bit overkill, but like late 20s, early 30s, around that area, I guess. At least that's what I would assume from her design and looks and hair in general. Have you ever seen Stimpy's video where he beat this entire game in as a few spins, slide, body slams? I've heard about that challenge, and I've seen one person trying to stream it once, and it is kind of a good challenge, but like, is it really worth it? I would like to see Crash 4 give you a challenge where you're not allowed to spin. You're not allowed to spin once. I would really like to see that challenge for a level, like, since it's a level-based game, where you don't spin once, or like the game gives you like limited times of spins. So that would be very cool to see. Coco's original design, well, same case. Yeah, Coco's original design, she didn't even wear the overalls. She was wearing revealing clothes. Well, not revealing clothes, but she was wearing something that at least reveals her waist, her stomach, and her legs. And yet people claim her as a child.
Bandicoot 2.
Oh yeah, and if anybody, no offense, but to anybody following the that made-up wiki of Crash Bandicoot, where it actually says the ages of all characters, that isn't true. It's just not true. It's just made up ages and numbers. Plus, there's like a game that's actually, let me bring it up. Let me bring it up. That's actually a very good question as well. Yeah, there's a Bandipedia wiki that's completely fake, and I'm trying to find it. But yeah, there's this one Bandipedia wiki. It's a fake wiki, by the way, where anybody can edit it. It's a Wikipedia. It's like a great character wiki. It's those kind of wikis, those side wikis. It's not the main wiki. It's the side wikis, where they just reveal a character's quote-unquote age, their species, their occupation, you name it. There's also these wikis. You could say that a certain wiki has Coco's age written down, and then there's like something about her being in a game, in a title, in the Crash title that doesn't even exist. Like there's this like game called Crash Bandicoot Gorilla, at least if I'm remembering it right. It's like, where is that game? Like, where is that game even written? That's not even a Crash game. It's just a stupid fan game. It's not even a fan game. Like, even the fan games themselves don't even mention any age, you know? It's just stupid how some people think that these are actual ages when not even the developers confirmed anything about any character. It's just plain and simple. Like, hey, this character is evil, this character does this character does that. Plain and simple. If someone wants to dive deep into Crash lore, then they would have to read the actual lore and storyline of each game and what each character does, you know? Essentially that. Like, you can't just specify an age for a character and just expect it to roll. A fan wiki, exactly. It's just a fan wiki. It's not real. It's all fake. It's all just fake numbers, fake stats. They just copy things from the main wiki, by the way. From the, like, you see how Bandipedia has a main page for like N.Sane Trilogy and Nitro Fuel, and It's About Time. It has like everything, every information about the Grand Prix, every information about N.Sane Trilogy, and then you have a side wiki that copies everything from the main wiki, deletes some things, and then edits in a certain number, a certain info, like a piece of information, a certain statement, or a certain age. And that's just false information. Like, why the fuck would you do that to begin with? Just a fan wiki in the end. But yeah, Reddit, yeah, Reddit as well, especially. Like, Reddit is just a fuck fest of people. Like, no hate to Reddit or anybody, like Motwera and Wampa Gem, like, they're very respectable people. But like, Reddit is just all around full of, in my opinion, sensitive people. But yeah, Aku Aku's age is unknown, but it's mentioned in the manuals that he's a witch doctor, so it's safe to say that he's very old. And that he's a spirit that essentially protects Crash. It's safe to say that he's a witch doctor that is very, very old in age. To be fair, Aku Aku calls Crash and Coco children in Warped. His children, because he's very old. I mean, what does a mother figure say to her kid? I'm like 22. I'm almost 23. I'm almost 23 years old, and my parents still call me their little baby. There's like no meaning to that. It just means that he's a parent figure to them. Like, no matter what age you are, to your mother, you will always be her little child in her eyes, because she's the one who raised you. That's the meaning of it. That's like the general meaning of it. He's their foster father, exactly. He's very old in age. I mean, unless you want to really go by the manual of Crash 1, where they named Aku Aku as Bonus Bob, which is kind of funny. And then there's Pinstripe Bandicoot. Pinstriped Bandicoot. It's a plural. It's a, sorry, not a plural, a verb. Pinstripe Bandicoot. Apparently Pinstripe was a bandicoot, and then they changed him to a rat, which is a Potteroo, and then Bonus Bob is like, what the fuck is Bonus Bob? It's kind of weird, you know? But the manual does give backstory to Aku Aku as well as like a mask. He's essentially a witch doctor spirit who I guess was human in a way. But anything that involves a witch doctor, it just means someone very old in age. If that isn't the most biased survey in history, I don't know what is. What, the On the Run survey? That's why I despise Paper Mario Sticker Star, even though it was really Kensuke Tanabe who was responsible for most of that game's controversial aspects. Like any developer or writer in a certain video game like series who was very controversial, if they can make controversy good, then that's a good game. It's a good writing. It's good writing. Like, it's a very good way of developing a game. It entices the player. It entices the user if it's done right. If controversy is done right, then that's a good game. Unlike, I don't know, Last of Us Part 2, for example. Controversy done badly to the max. Plus, it's a mature rated game, so controversy is expected to be negatively, you know, taken from Last of Us Part 2, for example. And Raven Wizard, yes, I will 200% Crash Bash. And yeah, Crash 3 will be tomorrow, guys. So same time and same flow. I wonder if Isabella is a Ferrari F1 fan, considering she's Italian. She has a skin that is red and is racing themed, so it's safe to say that she is a Ferrari fan. I'm 33. Hey, Mitch. Much love. No matter what age you are, you guys are the best. I'm taking it since Aku Aku was a witch doctor. He was originally a human until he died and his spirit took over as a mask. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, if you follow Nitro Nido on Twitter, she's an artist. She's a really big Crash artist. She drew Aku Aku and Uka Uka as in human form. And it's really interesting and cool to see them in human form because it reveals their personality. Hey Tom, what's up, dude? You're just at the end of the stream. It's just a Q&A at this point, just me reading comments, I guess. Autocorrect has a bad habit of autopiloting out of the blue. I know, right, Cool Pro? It'll be breaking the fourth wall, but at the same time, it'll at least clear all of it up in the end. Yes. I mean, it's not really breaking the fourth wall in outside of Crash 4 in a way, but for Tana. But if they can just explain what happened to Tana after the first game in N.Sane Trilogy, mind you, where she hugs Crash close to him and that's it. Or they can I guess canonically include CTR as like a separate dimension or universe where Tana finished or Tana quit racing to pursue something else, like, I don't know, a life and pirate stuff, I guess. Who knows? Did you know Aku Aku's design was originally very sexy with revealing clothes and such? I mean, a witch doctor that's male, I wouldn't exactly call it sexy, but I would like to think that Aku Aku is originally like one of the tribesmen of Papu Papu, because you can see Aku Aku and Papu Papu, they kind of rhyme, so it's kinda safe to say that in a way that they're kind of related, you know? Sorry, I'm just trying to get the game to fit properly because I just realized that the game's aspect ratio is very wrong. But it didn't, thankfully, for in Crash 2's case, it doesn't affect it that much, so it's all good. Last of Us Part 2 controversies, I meant, yeah. Everyone compared The Last of Us Part 2 Metascore to Mario 64's Metascore. Wow. This game and Last of Us Part 2 have the same developer, yes. I mean, Naughty Dog before is not the same as Naughty Dog currently. Like, Naughty Dog in Crash's form is top-notch Naughty Dog. Just big dogs. Like, pun intended, Naughty Dog. I love how the demo tries to beat the levels without using the checkpoints. Yeah. It's just demos. Last of Us Part 2 was the game that nearly caused people to lose faith in Sony, but sadly, some people are defecting to Xbox because of power specs over exclusives. In a way, Last of Us Part 2 succeeded in creating controversy and creating a very conflicting storyline that makes people feel emotionally invested and then disappoint them. For all we know, Last of Us Part 2 might have been developed to be intended to be a disappointment to some people, because they can't handle the emotion, the story, the ties to a character, and all that jazz. Thank you for taking my sexy Aku Aku comment seriously. Like, I do take the comment seriously, but I can kind of tell when a comment is serious and when it's sarcastic. But, in a way, you can kind of understand that tribesman clothing is, you can take Papu Papu's, like, design, for example. It's very tribesman. He only wears like a skirt, a green skirt, more or less, right? And that's what a tribesman pretty much is in the old days. You can even take Skylanders Imaginators in Tampinwapa Island's example of the tribesmen actually interacting with Crash. That's like the very first time for the tribesmen to directly interact with Crash. I mean, the last one, I guess, would be very indirectly would be to Insanity, because they try to, like, straight up kill and charge a Crash. The tribesmen in Crash 1, they barely do anything, and then to Insanity is like, they just want to straight up like, kill him with spears and everything. And then, yeah, Thumpinwapa Islands has you directly interacting with the tribesmen, which is very interesting, because that would actually also, it would have made for a very interesting character to be playable in CTR, because if the lab assistant can be playable in CTR, then so can the tribesmen, or even the hog. Like, why isn't the hog there? Could have just been the same as Purah and the rest. It could just be hog noises. The tribesman would just be a generic, like, cool dude, you know, the kind of thing from Thumpinwapa Islands. It could just be that. I still believe Aku Aku says Buruga? No, it's Rutabaga. It's either it's actually Rutabaga, or some people get to hear it as Ooga Booga. Because the mutant era says Ooga Booga, but luckily Vicarious Visions did it tried recreating the sound multiple times, from what I know anyway, that it's actually Rutabaga. Even Naughty Dog themselves kind of confirmed what the sound actually means. It's gibberish, but it means something. It actually comes from a restaurant's name, I think. At least that's what I can recall anyway. Jak and Daxter and Uncharted are a great Naughty Dog series. Come on. Yeah, they are. They are. I've only played the precursor Legacy. I haven't really played 2 and 3, or even Jak X Combat Racing. But 2 and 3, I think, diverged away too much from what made Jak 1 really good, and it's essentially the Crash formula applied into an open world aspect, which is what made Jak 1 Precursor Legacy among my favorite games as well. I do have the PS1, sorry, not PS1, the PS3 Remastered Trilogy as well. The PS4 versions of Jak 1, 2, and 3 and Jak X are poorly optimized, I gotta say. At least the Jak trilogy on PS3 is a proper port. Did you see my drawing of CG and Friends? I think so, yeah. Naughty Dog and old devs are long gone. Yeah, they're long gone. Like, Andy Gavin is now retired, and he's just doing, like, articles and fun art for, like, just for fun, you know, just passing the time. Jason Rubin is retired. No idea what happened to him. He's just there most of the time. You know, he was in San Diego Comic-Con in 2018 discussing about, at least it was 2017 or 2018, I could be wrong, but he was in San Diego Comic-Con once where he discussed the development of N.Sane Trilogy and the original Crash, and he's actually very proud at what Crash has become so far. Like, he did tweet about it too, where I think it was either a tweet or a Facebook post where he's a proud dad, you know, because Crash is essentially their own child, you know, their own little mascot as a PlayStation character. 20 years on the show floor and still rocking it, you know, a proud papa or some proud daddy or something. That really warmed my heart reading it from Jason Rubin. Which developer is much better now, Naughty Dog or Insomniac? Insomniac. Insomniac, at the very least, have some ties to Spyro, Ratchet and Clank to this day, and Spider-Man. I think Aku says Buruduga? No, it's Rutabaga. PS3 HD proper, yeah. It's the proper version, at least. Beanoxers posted their Nacho Fuel update on Twitter. Yeah. Oh, Twitter, you said. Okay. Because they did post it on Facebook yesterday. And it shouldn't be that long as it is on Twitter. Because it is long on Facebook, because Twitter is only 280 characters. Mascot guy is a playable racer. If only. You know, that could be a skin in Crash 4. Maybe. Nothing is more poorly optimized than the console version of No Straight Roads. I haven't really heard of the game, but is it really that bad? At least that's what the context you're implying. Gonna be honest, I just want someone else to make Jak and Daxter. No disrespect to Naughty Dog, they clearly aren't interested. If they were to make a new Jak and Daxter game, it would be semi-realistic. Take the Jak 4 concepts that didn't make it through. Those are very realistic, and I actually quite like them, but they would fail to make a story-driven game that is kid-friendly as well, you know? To a certain degree, not even kid-friendly, but like teen-friendly, you know? Something that the kids would at least try to get into. Crash mascot guy, hey plumber boy, your worst nightmare has arrived. That ad. Despite the successful Crash, Spyro, Medieval, and etc., Naughty Dog doesn't seem interested in returning to Jak. They still own Jak, but whether or not they return to Jak remains a mystery. But there was a poll where Naughty Dog is unsure on what their next projects, it's plural, projects would be. So they put up a poll where they're asking the fans what they want essentially, and most of the people want either Jak or A Last of Us Part 3. So it's up in the air so far, we don't even know. So we will have to wait until in the middle of the PS5 life cycle to expect something. Because it's very clear that they know what fans want on both Last of Us and Jak fans want. They just aren't clear on what they want to do, so... I mean, who knows? They might give the Jak license to Activision, for all we know. And that'd be a bit of a yikes, but I can see them at least... Or Bluepoint. Isn't Bluepoint part of Sony? I can see them doing a remake of Jak and Daxter, because there's also that 4chan leak, you know, don't take it seriously, take it as a grain of salt. But it's been rumored that a Jak trilogy remake, not remaster, remake, is in the works or something. And it essentially retells the story of all three games so they coincide together as one cohesive experience or something. That would be cool to see, but as a PS5 title, that'd be awesome to see actually, but who knows? They actually tried and made it realistic and they showed it. Glad they canceled it. Yeah. It just doesn't fit, like, it kind of fits what they're going for Jak to, like, evolutionize the combat-esque of Jak, but realism doesn't really work with Jak. Goodbye, the Viscount and Nitro Fueled. Yeah, rip to Viscount, dude. I mean, who knows? Viscount could return. In the mobile game anyway, because if they're bringing back Mr. Crumb, then it's more than likely for them to bring back Viscount. Yeah, I think Naughty Dog needs to rebrand and get some new fresh talent and replace Neil Druckmann. To each their own. I mean, they could even just have one aspect of the studio for realistic games like The Last of Us, and another like side of the studio working on something like Jak.
Bandicoot 2.
And Willy. Willy is like questionable. He could return, but you never know. Sucker Punch, shout out to them, love them. Yeah, Sucker Punch ain't bad too. Maybe give the Jak and Uncharted rights to Sucker Punch. It's a possibility, but who knows, you know? Bluepoint did remaster the trilogy, and I think they are best fit. Yeah, Bluepoint, I think, are really good, like, people to essentially give a title, whether it's a remaster, a remake, or a reimagining even, because they showed what they can do with, I think, Shadow of the Colossus? Is it Shadow of the Colossus? I could be wrong, though. I hope Sucker Punch makes a new Sly Cooper game. It could happen. You never know. Insomniac Games would make a great Jak game as well. Maybe, but we don't know. At the very... Actually, you could be right, because they are taking care of Ratchet and Clank, essentially, so they could be a good candidate. It really is annoying to see replies to Beanox's new update posts stating how disappointed they were of no more updates or just complaining about the fact that it took them 6 months to say. I mean, it kind of did imply that they're done with the game if they really moved into Crash 4. So, it was kind of a safe gesture to say that the pandemic affected them, but it's also another thing when they're working indirectly with Crash 4 as a support developer, you know? It just means that they're done with the game, essentially. But who knows? It's more than likely for there to be a CTR 2 than for them to continue the updates on Nitro Fueled. Will bosses like Koala Kong, Pinstripe, Papu Papu, or Ripperoo return in Crash 4? Maybe. Maybe. I mean, Ripperoo is like a staple in the series, so it's more than likely for him to, particularly, to reappear. Because he appeared in Crash 1, he appeared in Crash 2, Crash 3 was all about time traveling, so it's unlikely for him to return. But yeah, I can see Ripperoo returning to Crash 4. I'm more annoyed about that Frieza guy spamming the design petition. He's freaking annoying. Yeah, anything about the design petitions, they're garbage. They should just stop. They're not even fans. They're just garbage people. Like, honestly speaking here, like, if you make a petition before playing the game saying you want to change things and you say that this is all on the behalf of the community, it's like, no, you're just selfish. You just want this for yourself. Like, shut up, dude. The likes, the views, everything, the reception of Crash 4, some have criticisms, some have worries, and they're all constructive, and it's fine. But for you to just go out of your way to make a petition before the reveal, it's like, bruh. Just bruh. I guess why Crashy News doesn't put these lives you're doing in their site as a news. They put the smallest useless things. You deserve to be at least recognized for this initiative. Here's the thing. Crashy News is made by Matuera, and I know Matuera personally. Well, not personally, but him and I are good friends, and I'm fine with it if he doesn't put anything to, put me in the live streams in his site. I don't really mind it, but in terms of like videos or the music even, that is something meaningful and is something that to really discuss, if it's a video to address a very important topic, then I see his things too. He doesn't put live streams, by the way. He doesn't put them. If it's a video that discusses important things about a game, about a Crash game even, like, or the series in general, then he does put it. I do tell that he doesn't put the streams in general. He doesn't. If I do, I will upload the Crash 4 music, by the way, in the few weeks that I get the game on. I will upload them, and he did put my N.Sane Trilogy ones. Like, he put the playlist essentially in the Crashy News site, so it's nothing new. So I expect it. He can do what he wants. Like, I'm fine with it. I really don't mind. I'll be off, Abdul. See you later. See you, Mitch. Take care, dude. People wanting the designs to be changed is probably because it worked for the Sonic movie, so they're gonna try and do it. The thing is, you can't differentiate between a movie and a game. Sonic's case, he looked horrible. Like, it was a nationwide thing. Everybody agreed that he just looks complete shit. But it's because they're trying to capture Sonic in a realistic aspect. And they failed, so they went back into the approach to making him look cartoony in a realistic world. N.Sane Trilogy tried to do that, being realistic in a cartoony world. And Crash 4 is doing like the latter thing, where it's trying to be cartoony in a cartoony world. See what I mean? Like, N.Sane Trilogy not really failed, but didn't succeed very well in trying to be realistic in a cartoony world. And the Sonic movie did the opposite, where it was trying to be realistic. It was trying to be cartoony in a realistic world, but they made it too realistic. They failed, and everybody hated it. So they went back to the cartoony approach of the OG Sonic. And that's where the, backlash succeeded for Sonic. What's funny, they can't explain why they hate the designs, and the ones that can also have been excited for the game. Exactly! those who give proper constructive criticism have genuine worries. And those that are just complaining for the sake of complaining, they're like, shut the fuck up, dude. You just shut up. Like, legit. Some people that do have proper criticism, they're still excited for the game. Like, yeah, they sure they might have low expectations, but having low expectations, they might be surprised. They may be blown away. It's a possibility. But those that just complain for the sake of complaining and then talk shit, like, bruh, get out of here. Get out of here. The cartoony Sonic looks realistic in the movie. The design looked awesome. Yeah, that's the thing. They tried to make it as not realistic, like just full on like real fur, but like at least for it to be good, you know, to at least fit what they want to capture in terms of Sonic, and to please the fans, of course. What I think of my drawing, CG and friends? I didn't see it yet, dude. I'll see it after. Also, Crash was inspired by many Looney Tunes cartoons, and this new Crash makes expressions like those old cartoons, which it was based on. Yeah, that's exactly what they're capturing with Crash 4, and some people are arguing against that. It's like, bro, that's what the Crash 1 originally was capturing. That's the lore of Crash 1. Crash 1. Crash 1. Original Crash 1 is captured that, and they're recapturing that in modern technology, and people are like complaining about that. It's like, bruh, that's what the original trilogy was. It's crazy when you talk to people. Sure, you might argue with certain people that do have genuine worry, that do have like genuine points to keep mind of, you know, like the soundtrack, the music, the designs, the redesigns. Like maybe his head proportion isn't great. Cortex, by the way. Maybe Tana. Like, as long as the character is portrayed properly, then it's a good sequel. Like, I mean, who knows? It could be a bad sequel for all we know, but they're really marketing it to be this gigantic game with a lot of content, a lot of things, you know, just all around. But thankfully, Stimpy did a great job calling those people fanboys in his video on Crash 4. Yeah, fuck those guys, dude. Honestly, like, I can personally, I can accept people that do give out good points and give good and genuine criticism. But just criticizing for the sake of criticizing without any valid points, without anything to back your claims, just stop. Stop. Like, you're just making a tomfoolery out of yourself at the end of the day. Also, speaking of the Sonic movie, the sequel is rumored to be coming April 2022. They did confirm that a sequel is confirmed to be in the works. It will be for 2022. Yes, you're right. In 2022, like a release window, it's... I'm not sure about that, but they did confirm that it would be coming in 2022. I like to call them the trash community because that's really what they are. Pretty much, dude. Pretty much. I'm head out, man. See you, dude. Great stream, man. Thanks, Raven Wizard. Take care, dude. See you, Raven. See you guys. Yeah, I think I'll just end it here. And yeah, it was a very fun stream. I've been talking. I did say 5 minutes after I finished Cortex, but I've went long for reading the comments and just in general having a good conversation with you guys. This is what streaming is. This is how I really like it to be. It's just having a good discussion, whether it's in the middle of gameplay, whether it's after the game. You know, it's just, as a whole, it's a really good and fun time to connect together. Still live? Well, hello again. Yeah, I'm just about to head off 1980s. 5 minutes, huh? Yeah, shimmy. Stimpy was pretty surprised at how positive the feedback was on the video. He wasn't expecting many people to take a liking to it. You see, there's a level of hypocrisy when it comes to those fanboys, and then there's a level of realism and being realistic when it comes to giving criticism. And those people took his compliments, not compliments, but statements, in a positive manner. So, it's quite natural to be realistic about things instead of just saying things for the sake of saying things. Sonic movie sequel could be the film that's more accurate to Sonic with different characters. Yeah. See you tomorrow. More practically plasmid. Plasmed my childhood and saved my life. I cannot miss it. Well, same time, Cavarando, same time. But yeah, this has been a very fun stream, guys. Thank you so much for listening to me rambling about the different topics and conversations. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time with Crash 3. Well, tomorrow. Next time as in tomorrow. So yeah, I'm not looking forward to Bash or Boom Bang, but I'll just leave it there when I get to them. So yeah,
Crash Bandicoot 2.
I'll be sure not to be late this time. It's okay, 1980s. You can be late as much as you want. It's fine. It's impossible for one person to join in on like 23 streams. That's ridiculous. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I will see you tomorrow with Crash 3. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, and take care. And we'll see. I'm going to wake up for class at 6 a.m. Wow. Well, AFA, have fun in classes.